Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 22. Ato vai kavayo nityam bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani
Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadana Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeva Deve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadanim
Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvanti atma prasadani
Ladies, Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani Ato vai kavayo nityam Bhaktim paramaya mudha Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvantyatma prasadani. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: Certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. Purport: the speciality of devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, is specifically mentioned herein. Lord Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupa personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead, beginning from Sri Baladev, Shankarshan, Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna and Narayana, and extending to the Purusha Avtaras, Guna Avtaras, Leela Avtaras, Yoga Avtaras, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead are Lord Sri Krishna's plenary portions and integrated parts. The living entities are separated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is the original form of Godhead, and he is the last word in the transcendence. Thus, he is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. In forms of the personality of Godhead other than Sri Krishna and Baladev, there is no facility for intimate personal contact as in the transcendental pastimes of the Lord at Brajabhumi. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna are not newly accepted as argued by some less intelligent persons. His pastimes are eternal and are manifested in due course once in a day of Brahmaji, as the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of every 24 hours. Om Antimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Kartika, Prabhu, just for information, this is the verse we spoke on yesterday.
Okay.
If
Would you
want
like me
now
to?
go on to the next one, it's up to you.
Okay, we can go to the next verse. Would everyone be able to follow, or should I just read Maharaj?
Just read it on your own.
Just read it, okay. Sattvam rajas tama iti Sattvam rajas tama iti prakruter gunastai yukta para purusha eka ihasya dhatte sthitya harivirinchi hareti sanya Shreyamsi tatra khalu sattvatano nranamsyu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Shreyasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. Purport. That Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts, should be rendered devotional service as explained above, is confirmed by this statement. Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattva, or the Lordship of Godhead. From Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladev. From Baladev is Shankarshana. From Shankarshana is Narayana. From Narayana, there is the second Shankarshana. And from this Shankarshana, the Vishnu Purusha avatars. The Vishnu, or the deity of the quality of goodness in the material world, is the Purusha avatar known as Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, or Paramatma. Brahma is the deity of Rajas, passion, and Shiva of ignorance. They are the three departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. Creation is made possible by the goodness of Vishnu, and when it requires to be destroyed, Lord Shiva does it by the Tandava Nritya. The materialists and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively, but the pure transcendentalists worship the form of Lord worship the form of goodness, Vishnu, in his various forms. Vishnu is manifested by his millions and billions of integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called Godhead, and the separated forms are called the living entities or the jivas. Both the jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of this material energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in the material world, he comes to deliver the conditioned living beings who are under the material energy. Such living beings appear in the material world with intentions of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the three modes of nature. As such, the living entities have to change their material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. The prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under the instruction of the personality of Godhead. And at the conclusion of a kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Shiva. But as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu. As much as the state prison house is maintained by the state. Anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of this prison house of material existence, which is full of miseries like repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must please Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu is worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities for temporary relief from the different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Varuna. No demigod, however, can release the imprisoned living being from the conditioned life of material existence. This can be done only by Vishnu. Therefore, the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. So this particular chapter, chapter 2, describes the various incarnations of the Lord. And this chapter brings us to the point that ultimately the only entity that we need to take shelter of is Lord Vishnu. And we see that Shukadeva Goswami does that in a manner where he presents a general case and then a more specific case on why Vishnu is the only one worth taking shelter of. These verses have to be read in continuation, because if we read verse number 22nd, it says, Ato vai kavayo nityam ataha. Ataha means therefore. Now, as you know, when a sentence begins with therefore, it means something before that has to be considered and understood. And so the arguments have already been presented up until verse number 21. And then the conclusion is being presented with the words therefore. And in this particular verse, as Srila Prabhupada says, there is no doubt left that this material world, which is created on the direction of the Lord for the benefit of the living entity, was created by Brahma, inspired by the Lord himself in the heart. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Right at the beginning of Bhagavatam, it says how the Lord, Tene, which means he extended his instruction directly in the heart of Adi Kavi, the first most intelligent being, which is Brahma. So there was no face-to-face instruction. It was directly induction in the heart. And through that, Brahma creates. He lives for 100 years. And he lives for 100 years, and in his 50th year, when he's just finished his 50th birthday, midlife. Some people go through midlife crises. Brahma finishes his 50th birthday. His 50th birthday is just celebrated yesterday. And today is his first day of his 51st year of life. In that first day, the day of Brahma is called a kalpa. In one kalpa there are 14 manus. Each manu reigns a period called manvantara. First manu being Swayambhuva manu. If you continue, manu number 6 is Chakshusha manu. And in Chakshusha manu's reign, at the end of that manvantara, is a great king by the name of Satyavrata, who rules southern India. And he, once while going to the river to take a bath and pay his oblations, he finds a little fish who happens to come in his palms and says, "My dear king, please don't let me loose in the ocean, in the river, because the bigger fish will eat me." And then he keeps the fish in a bowl, and the fish grows, and we know the pastime. Ultimately, the fish is too big to contain, and that fish is Matsya Avatar. And as a result of prayers of King Satyavrata, Matsya Avatar gives the blessing that you shall now become the next Manu. You will be born as the son of the sun god. Who is the sun god? Vivaswan. Vivaswan is the sun god, and Vivaswan's son is Vaivasvata Manu. So the Manu of this particular Manvantara. So you have one Kalpa in which you have 14 Manvantaras. Right in the middle is the 7th Manvantara, which is Vaivasvata Manvantara. So if you take the 14 Manus as 24 hours, as the 12-hour day of Brahma, then currently it is midday where Brahma is. On his 51st birthdays, 50th birthday he celebrated yesterday, so 51st year, first day, midday. And in every Manvantara, there are 14 Manvantaras, every Manvantara there are 1000 Yuga cycles. Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. One Yuga cycle is 10 times that. And this Yuga cycle, 1000 such Yuga cycles happen in the period of the Manvantara. The current Yuga cycle is the 28th Yuga cycle. And in that 28th Yuga cycle, in the Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan appears. Prabhupada said this in the purport, the previous purport to the previous verse. He ended by saying, his pastimes are eternal and are manifested in due course, once in a day of Brahmaji. So when is that? That is in the 28th Chatur Yuga cycle of the 7th Manvantara of the first day of the 51st year of Brahma, while he's having his middle life crisis. The Lord himself appears to help him as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. And when Swayam Bhagavan Krishna appears, the Lord himself appears in this particular Dwapar Yuga, the following Kali Yuga of the same cycle, Lord Gauranga appears. So this is stated in the Shastra. But the Lord is always present in this material universe. He is present in many, many forms. Of course, as it is explained in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, you have Lord Krishna himself, and then you have Adi Shankarshana. Adi Shankarshana is the first Chaturvyuha expansion of the Lord. But Adi Shankarshana himself comes from Baladev. So Krishna, Baladev, Adi Shankarshana, the four Chaturvyuha. From that comes Narayan. From Narayan comes the second quadruple. And from the Vasudev Tattva of the second quadruple comes which Vishnu? Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So where is, in this universe, where is Vishnu? If you go to the 5th canto, Bhagavatam, you understand where is Vishnu in this universe?
Shvetadvip.
Huh?
Shvetadvip.
He is in Shvetadvip. Very good. Where is Shvetadvip?
Somewhere upstairs.
So, somewhere upstairs.
Full star.
Huh? Pole star. Shvetadvip is okay. So Jiva Goswami has clarified, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that Dhruva Loka, Dhruva Maharaj, when he says, I will go and rule over the Dhruva Loka. Well, why did Dhruva Maharaj have to go and stay in Dhruva Loka? Could he not have just left this world like so many before him and gone straight to Vaikuntha or straight to service of the Lord? Jiva Goswami explains because he had some reminiscent vasana. Vasana means some desire, some unfulfilled desires. So we have to be very mindful of what we harbor in our thoughts, in our hearts. Even Dhruva Maharaj, because of some reminiscent desire, what was his desire? He had the desire that he wanted to have a kingdom bigger and better than Uttanapad, his father. And because of that reminiscent desire, the Lord says, you can't go back now. You have to first go and rule a kingdom which is bigger and better than your father. So he goes to Dhruvaloka. But then he says, my Lord, I'm not going to go there without you. So the Lord says, I'm already there in Shvetadvipa. So next to Dhruvaloka is Shvetadvipa. And who resides in Shvetadvipa? Which Vishnu? Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. 5th canto explains there is also another Vishnu Loka which is right at the top near where Brahma Loka is. And there is one more. There is one more Vishnu Loka which is the only resident there is Anantashesha and Lord Vishnu with an expansion of Lakshmi Devi. And that Vishnu Loka is right at the bottom. On the hoods of Anantashesha we have it's the weight-bearing personality, Ananta. So there is Vishnu at the bottom, there is Vishnu at the top, there is Vishnu at the middle, there is Vishnu in everyone's heart. Yeah? One who understands this is a great personality. One who understands. Who says this? Krishna himself says this in the Bhagavad Gita. What does he say? After many, many births, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. After many, many, many births, Jnanavan, one who is truly in knowledge, Mam Prapadyate. He surrenders unto me. Knowing what? Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. By knowing that Vasudeva, me, I am in everything and everywhere. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Such a personality is extremely rare. Sudurlabha. Labha means to find. Durlabha means difficult to find. Dur is a prefix to the word labha, which means difficult. Sudurlabha means extremely difficult to find. 1 in a million. Once Brahmanand Prabhu asked Srila Prabhupada, many have joined us, but many have left. And we are finding it difficult to please everyone. And at one point Srila Prabhupada said, don't be surprised by those who have left. Be surprised by those who have stayed. And another time he said, in England, in Bhaktivedanta Manor, while he was being interviewed, he said, this movement is the movement of the classes, not of the masses. So, why? Because for someone to accept Vasudeva as the only worshipable deity, and to see the Lord in everyone's heart does not come unless one is trained for many, many, many lifetimes. We see this. Just 2 verses prior, we have Vidyate hridaya granthis chidyante sarva samshaya kshiyante chasya karmani drishta evat manishware. Over there, 3 things are mentioned. One who cultivates this devotional service to Vishnu, as Prabhupada says in this purport to verse number 23. 3 effects take place. First, Vidyate hridaya granthi. What is hridaya granthi? Huh? Hridaya means heart. Granthi means the knot. Hridaya granthi, the knot in the heart. So are there knots in our hearts? What is a knot in the heart? Attachment. Very good. What does Rishabdev say about attachment? What is the root cause of attachment? Pumsastriya maithuni bhavavetad. Okay. But he concludes by 2 words. What are the 2 words at the end of that verse? Aham mameti. So the root cause of attachment is these 2 things. Aham and mama. Aham means I. Mama means mine. But if there is no sense of I-ness, there could not be a sense of mineness, right? If our real identity is that actually I am Krishna's, actually I'm a slave. I'm a slave of this master. I am myself possessed by this master. Then there is no question of anything belonging to me, because whatever seemingly belongs to me actually belongs to the master, because I am myself belonging to the master. So this hridaya granthi is caused because of aham mameti, I and mine. And it's not difficult to understand. Attachment cannot be unless there is a sense of possessiveness. There is no question of attachment unless there is possessiveness. For example, what's the most famous bank in France? Any? BNP Paribas is a bank? Yeah?
Yes.
So, huh?
Société Générale.
Yeah, Société Générale. I can't quite say it like you, but you understand. So, Société Générale, let's say you have 50 euros in your pocket, And then you go out on Harinam and you come back and you realize, oh, where's my 50 euro? I've lost it. How do you feel? What would you do? You try to look, go back to the van, try and ask other brahmacharis, did you find my 50 euros? Right? And then you probably will have sleepless night, thinking, oh, I'm so stupid. I lost the 50 euros. Do you have a bank account with Societe Generale? No. No, very good. That's the next morning. Next morning, you get on your phone news. And in the news, it says, Societe Generale has had a run on the bank. Run on the bank meaning has gone bankrupt. And they have lost 50 trillion euros. Now, tell me, if 50 euro gives you sleepless night, 50 trillion euros loss should give you cardiac arrest. You should drop dead. But nothing happens to you. Why? Because you have no account in Societe Generale. So you don't care. Because you don't have the sense of minus. So it's not the money that is the cause of your attachment. It's the sense of belonging, minus. Because you attach the sense of minus to the 50 euros, the loss of 50 euros gives you sleepless night. But you don't have any sense of attachment to the banking society, Societe Generale. So even a 50 trillion euro loss, so what? Let's do Harinam. You say, so what? So it's not the money, the object of the senses that cause attachment. It is the sense of possession, the minus. So aham mameti. But then the question is, aham, how do we deal with the aham? I am, I cannot say I am not. So Mahaprabhu has given. What is Mahaprabhu saying in the Shikshashtakam about identity? What is our identity? Ai Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram. Nanda Tanuja, O son of Nanda, I am your servant, Kinkara, I am your slave. When we associate our identity as the Lord's servant, we no longer have any personal attachment to anything of this world because we offer everything of this world to the Lord. This morning, the devotee was singing Yashamati Nandana. Amalo Harinam Amiya Bilasha. Beautiful bhajan from Gitavali by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. There is another bhajan. Manasa Deha Geha Je Kichu Mor Arpilu Duapade Nanda Kishore. Whatever I have is yours. Why? Because I am yours. To cultivate this mindset, Vidyate Hridaya Granthis. The Granthi has to be cut. There's a nice story in one of the scriptures. There was a guru who had 100 disciples, and he wanted to find out who was the most intelligent of the 100. So he took 100 strands of thread, and he tied them together. Imagine 100 threads tied together, it would be one giant knot. He then said to all his disciples, these were long threads, he said, come together, whoever can unknot and bring their thread to me first is the most intelligent disciple. So he let all the disciples go. And everyone was trying to find their piece of thread. Oh, mine is entangled with yours, and he was trying to go over it, and the other one is trying to go under it, and third one is going through the middle of those both. I mean, what do you think would happen if 100 people tried to untangle? It would tangle more. One intelligent disciple, he went to the kitchen, got a knife, cut the thread, took it to the Guru. Here, I've cut it off. This is my thread. This is what the verse is saying. Vidyate hridaya granthi. This granthi, this knot has to be cut. This knot cannot be untangled. And Acharyas have explained, you cut this knot through what? Through knowledge. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, yes. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says through knowledge. Through jnanasina, through the sword of knowledge and detachment. But here the Acharyas say, by understanding your true identity as the servant of the Lord, you automatically detach yourself. Then anything and everything that we possess automatically becomes possession of Krishna. The next line is also very interesting. It says, Chidyante sarva samshayah. Actually, the word Chidyante literally means in Sanskrit to make a hole, or to pierce, or to burst. Sarva samshayah. Samshayah means doubts. Now, why? So in the first case, in the case of a knot, Shukdev Goswami is saying you have to cut the knot. But the second line, in case of a doubt, he's saying you have to pierce the doubt, burst the doubt. Why? The nature of doubt is like a balloon. Blow it, becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now imagine a balloon that never stops increasing in size. That's the nature of doubt. So the doubt has to be pierced with one prick. And what is that prick? Anyone? You know what is doubt? Actually, Veer Raghavacharya of the Sri Sampradaya, in his commentary, he explains very nicely. He says, doubt means fear and hesitation. Oh, if I give up everything just to become a full-time devotee, I may not survive. Will Krishna really protect me? What if? What if? What if? These hesitations, these fears in our hearts is what causes doubt. And so, the antidote to doubt, does anyone know what is the antidote to doubt? What is the solution? Huh?
Spiritual master.
Spiritual master, very good. Well, spiritual master absolutely will cut through all the doubts. And what does the spiritual master establish?
Faith.
What does he give? Primarily he gives faith. He gives faith, and he gives one particular thing that we need to hang on to. He gives Diksha, and Diksha of what?
Harinam.
Harinam. And what is this Harinam? Please, tell me. What is this Harinam? From Shikshashtakam. What is the power of Harinam? How much power does Harinam have? Huh? What is the verse? Shikshashtakam verse?
All powers of Krishna.
All powers of Krishna are in Narayana. What's the verse? Huh? Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Nija Sarva Shakti. Nija means my own or your own, both meanings. Here Mahaprabhu is singing the verse, so your own. Nija, Sarva, all, Shakti. Your entire Shakti is in Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Tatra Arpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala. You have invested your entire Shakti in this holy name, my Lord. So when the spiritual master gives the Harinam has all the Shakti to deliver us from all kinds of material bondage. And that faith, that understanding bursts all doubts and hesitations and fears. Doubts equals hesitations plus fears. Of what? Will I be protected? Will I be all right? What if I surrender too much? One devotee came to me and said, what if I surrender too much? I said, well, you'll have to explain what that means. Anyway, I think it's time up. Should we stop? It's a short 40-minute session. Should we stop now? Yeah? I could go on for a few minutes, finishing this verse perhaps, but maybe another time. Any questions, comments, corrections? I would invite His Holiness Janal Swami Maharaj to perhaps enlighten us, say a few words, and Gopaswami Prabhu as well. You could, Maharaj, would you like to, any corrections, comments?
Hare Krishna.
No. Okay.
I don't know what's happening.
All right.
Is some program today or not?
There is I think there's the wedding going on, right? At 10.
And that's what's happening. Outside or inside or in the tent or
I think it's outside.
Gosha or...
Yeah, somewhere. I'm going to find out later.
Yeah. If it is in the temple, they probably have to start getting ready. I don't know.
No, it's not in the temple.
It's not in the
No.
It's right.
A question?
Yes.
One question?
Yeah.
You said that a devotional service has to be practiced for many, many lifetimes, usually, before realizing Krishna is everything. I don't know if you said devotional service, but spiritual life. But I think sometimes, at least myself, and I think many devotees have the tendency to think that this lifetime is the last one. And one lifetime we will make it, we will do it. But it seems like you said many lifetimes, so what makes us think that this one is the last one, or maybe just the second last one, or, or maybe one more only, And
Yes, very nice question. I think our strength comes from the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Yes, it is true that even Dhruv Maharaj, even Prahlad Maharaj did not, after he met Nrsingadev, it wasn't like, all right, bye-bye everyone, I'm going back to Godhead. No, Prahlad Maharaj stayed. He had to stay. So what even Dhruv and Prahlad could not achieve, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, in this particular Kali Yuga, what was otherwise obtained after many millennia is easily obtained simply by chanting of the holy names as given to us by Lord Chaitanya. And that acceleration of the process means that it is possible for one who is, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, Bhagavatam, one who is sincere, serious, and without ulterior motives. Remember these three words. You know what is serious? Serious means whatever you do, whenever you do serious things, you do it seriously. Chanting is a serious thing. You don't laugh around and chat and do chanting. No, serious thing, do seriously. What is sincere? You do it every day. I met one gentleman who came on Janmashtami for volunteering at Bhaktivedanta Manor. And he was in tears, crying when he was looking at Krishna. I said, Prabhu. And then he was singing some bhajan, Braj bhajan. I said, Prabhu, I've never met you before. He said, no, I've been coming for 30 years. I said, really? I'm coming for 25 years, but never seen you. He said, yeah, I come every Janmashtami. I said, okay. So this is not sincere. You can be serious once on Janmashtami and then go back home and have your nice, Then he later on told me that he's actually addicted to alcohol. So, he's not a practitioner or anything, but just overwhelmed once in a year. That kind of sincerity. Sincerity means continuous. Seriousness means, yeah, all right. So, that is sincerity and no ulterior motives. I don't have to explain what that means. So, I can talk to you later, perhaps. We're going to stop for an event, yajna. So, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Samved Bhaktivinoda ki. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Chandra Prabhu ki.